Today, Precarious plays
Pokémon Colosseum.
I want to talk to you about school.
Books. Tables. Pipes.
Oh, I mean...
Fans.
Oh, okay.
Scantron sheets.
Oh, yeah?
Right here.
Oh my god. I can't think of the last time I had to use a Scantron.
I can.
Don't remind me.
Won't.
Because it was probably about the same time. They were in that room. Oh, well, I'm fighting that lady.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm fighting her.
The whole deal that I was trying to get to yesterday with Xenosaga Episode I, one of the most important things about customizing your characters, everybody has ether techniques that they can learn.
Yeah.
But the tricky thing is you can pay a little extra after the fact to transfer those spells to other characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows you to modify people's roles, like the roles that they were intended for a little bit. For example, I think probably my favorite and what I think has to be the clearest example. Cosmos starts with she starts with the ability to unlock a spell called Ether Limit.
Yeah.
It's very expensive, but it's very powerful. It doubles the cost and damage output of any ether-based attack she used, right?
Yeah.
Because it was so expensive, I ignored it as a child, but using it now, I realize that it applies even to her basic ether attacks that don't have any MP cost. They don't have any ether point cost. So it's basically pay an upfront cost, and then all of her ether, like all of her ranged attacks, deal double damage. That's pretty good, but there's a way to make it better, and that is taking one of Ziggy's spells, which I think might just be called like Speed Boost. You take his speed boosting power, which is the most powerful single speed boosting effect in the game. But the limit is that it can only target the caster. You take it from Ziggy and you transfer a copy of it, I should say, to Cosmos, and then with those two powers combined, and some other stuff, but those are the two important ones, she winds up blasting the crap out of the enemy with like 2 or 3 R cannon shots, which is like her powerful basic ranged like finishing move. She's blasting the enemy with 2 or 3 of those every round or two. Like she is getting a powerful 2,000 damage cannon shot at a rate that other characters just can't match. I think the only character that can come close is sort of like the physical equivalent of this whole deal, which is Junior with Brave Soul and low HP, and it's jargon heavy, but Junior has a similar thing he can do with a different requirement, like an HP investment instead of an EP investment, where he can blast enemies apart with his guns. And it's better whenever you're fighting enemies that are weak to physical damage. That is gone in Xenosaga Episode II. At least it feels like it's gone. Because what they do, and this is the reason why I wanted to talk to you about school, there's a new system in place, which it's boring. It's boring, and I don't think it does not capture the imagination.
Yeah.
Like the systems in Xenosaga 1.
Are you saying that school doesn't capture the imagination?
I am saying I think it may have captured the imagination more if they leaned more heavily into like the metaphor of school.
Yeah.
Let me explain. In Xenosaga Episode II, everyone has access to the same skill list. Skills are divided into various classes with a letter code.
Uh-huh.
They are divided into classes in these levels. So you have level, class, and then each individual skill. For example, to get the basic healing spell, Medica, you need to go to level 1, class A, and then Medica is the first thing on the list.
She looks cool.
Whoa.
She looks strang. He looks strang. He looks cool.
I wish that tentacle had like really beefy tentacles.
Yeah. You can in your brain if you want. Just go ahead and give him some beefy tentacles in your brain.
Now, what I just described to you, in the end, it's the same, right? In the end, it is the same. You can have Shion and Momo and Junior and Ziggy, you can have everybody learn Medica in both games.
Yeah.
But it had a lot more flavor in the first one, because Shion is the only person that could introduce Medica to the group, and then Shion taught it to everyone else.
And little decisions like that matter a lot.
Yeah, it was cool that if you wanted to have Chaos be like my Chaos and be like a sort of like a red mage from Final Fantasy, so he's just like pretty good at everything and has like some utility about him. The way I did that is I just gave him like the mid-level healing spells that everybody else had, because he didn't have like the necessary skill investment to effectively continually cast the really expensive stuff. So he learned Life Shot from Momo, and he learned Boost from Shion, and he learned, I think it was like Coin Lock from Junior, which preserves your current status. It locks out stat penalties or stat, and any stat modifier, up or down. It locks it temporarily. Did you get through that fight without really being damaged at all?
No, I'm gonna go back and heal. I just thought that this was a side room instead of like progressing up the entire level.
Oh, okay, I see.
I mean, mostly didn't get damaged, but I still would like my PP back anyway.
Yeah.
No reason not to walk downstairs.
Well, I don't know. Now there's a reason is starting to develop, because every floor you go up, you have to go that many more floors up and down twice.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
Patience is rewarded.
The first game, I think, they lost something from the first game. Because even though the end result is the same, you can still give Medica to everyone in your party. You can still give, I don't know, Psycho Pocket, which is the stealing technique, to everyone in your party. It's no longer like Junior holding a class, like a session on how to rip people off. He doesn't sit everybody down and go, okay, everybody.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, this is how you surround yourself with the word lucky, and little sparkles come out of the enemy, and then it flies into your pants.
It's not like, it's not the result of them becoming a better team.
Right, exactly. Unless you imagine the system in Xenosaga 2 as actually being more about class, because it really does feel like your characters are taking some sort of online course. It feels like, and maybe this is a byproduct of me having gone to college.
Yeah.
And having this new frame of reference. But what you have to do, Now, to unlock the ability to invest in individual skills, you have to expend C points, class points, which are much more rare. You only get them usually from bosses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll run out really quickly if you invest in a lot of different classes. So even if you just go to like level 1 and you unlock class A, B, and C, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might run out of CP and you won't have any CP until you beat more bosses. And that's what I thought, like that's how I play it as a child. Now I've learned that if you complete the skill list within a class, you get a rebate on your CP. It gives you your CP back plus extra. So really, each class is like a course of similar, sort of loosely associated moves. So you spend CP to join a class, like to take a course. You expend SP to learn all of the individual skills, and then they give you a certification that gives you CP back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can spend that CP to enroll in new classes. That's what's happening. And I don't know why they didn't push that angle harder. Like, I don't know why there wasn't like an email or something explaining that your characters are actually like signing up for classes over the UMN, which is the like the internet for Xenosaga, if I'm interpreting it correctly. I've always just thought of it as the internet. And it makes much more sense now, mechanically and narratively, if I just think of it like someone. It works both ways, because it feels like you're enrolling in a course, but because the moves, whenever they're grouped together, some of them feel like you are just learning to be a class from a different game. For example, I think it's like...
What? Yawn failed?
Yawn failed? Oh, it's because he's burned.
Slugma.
Because you can't burn and sleep someone at the same time, because they both occupy that tag slot.
Oh, I don't know what to do. Everybody here is too strong. Maybe skip Bloom?
Love Disc and Rimmerade?
Yeah, but Rimmerade needs to be kept.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rimmerade the one that...
Didn't fall asleep and is burnt right now.
Oh no! Ooh,
Yes.
Slugma.
Yeah, Slugma, you bitch. Girl, no! You can't burn our friends like that.
I wonder if... got burned. I wonder if Rimmerade has the the ability that causes it to absorb water damage as HP.
Well, I'm not gonna find out with Quagsire.
Okay. I would just start chucking Pokeballs at it.
Okay.
Like, the sooner the better, because its HP is just gonna keep ticking down, so it will become more likely to work every turn. And it's not like you can put it to sleep or anything to make the
I'm just
chance
gonna
greater.
take Makuhita out just to give him a little lock.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, that was unexpected. Oh, Love Disc is so cute.
I think that it's great that you like Love Disc,
It's basically an emoji with a face on it.
because I hate it.
Oh, it's not interesting. It's just cute, like a polka dot.
Or like a bandage,
Yeah, like Band-Aids.
but like on a non-grievous wound.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm just imagining a sad kid on Milsha trying to bandage like the severed torso of their parent. Oh, Xenosaga, what have you done?
Okay, that was not cool, Rimmerade.
Not really being a team player, Rimmerade. you should probably get Makuhita out of there.
Yeah. Fucking Quagsire. Let's do that.
Yeah, Quagsire, he can use Amnesia to become effectively immune to that move.
You're right.
For all intents and purposes. Oh, right. I think it's class or level 1 class like E or F or something. It's lower down on the list. There's one group of skills that's just about sweet.
Sweet hot shit, yes.
There's a class of moves that's just about
Go for it, Quagsire.
reducing the stats of mechanized opponents. That's what all 4 of them are about. It's like break beam, break armor, break shield, and break some other thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like whatever is associated, whatever the game has decided to associate with physical attacks for mechs. It'd be like break gun, I don't know. Mm-hmm. That, whenever I saw that, I was like, oh, so you're like some sort of combat engineer. So even if they had just done that, if they had named them all more flavorfully, instead of just being classes A through H. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a labeling misstep, I think.
Ooh, 2 in a row.
Is it gonna be 2 in a row?
Yeah.